Oh yes, that's right. I'm in a bad mood. I'm in a really bad mood actually. Do not want to film this, but it's episode 2 of Dog Name Podcast with Winston Hodges. That's me, and the theme song's good, so we have to play it. And done. Okay, awesome. I really should get a longer. I'm mad. I'm in a really bad mood. I'm in a bad mood. But we're at the studio now. This is where every episode is going to be because I don't have the flu anymore. So we got Yusuf's here producing, and I'm pointing at him. So he's producing, and he's the laughing off screen guy and the looking stuff up fella. And yeah, I'm really mad. I had sets tonight, and my camera fell over and broke a lens. Now I have Geek Squad protection. I purchased both of my cameras at Best Buy. I have Geek Squad protection. I don't do great in customer service situations because from the moment my camera hit the ground and I realized the lens was broken, even though I have coverage, I know Best Buy is going to try to screw me. I know it. There's not a doubt in my mind that I am just but at like literally 8:20 tonight. It is now 12:30 a.m. I've been thinking for 4.5 hours of I've run how this whole interaction is going to go, where I'm going to go into Best Buy. I'm going to be like, I have coverage. I bought it. It said it covered drops. And then they're going to be like, oh, not these drops. And then I'm going to be like, what do you mean it doesn't cover these drops? They're like, oh, drops that you do. You dropping it. It's if other people drop it. And I'm going to be like, what does that mean? Or I'm going to go in and they're going to be like, oh, everything's covered but the lens. The lens is extra. And I'm going to be like, you didn't tell me the lens was extra. I would have paid extra for that. And they're going to be like, sorry, we're Best Buy. No, I don't know, man. I always, anytime anytime there's a customer service situation, because I don't like this type of conflict, I just feel like I'm going to get screwed. I feel like I'm not the only person that feels this way. And I don't get it. I don't understand why. When I worked for Ford and people would come in with a thing that they wanted repaired under warranty, I would just do it. I wouldn't, like, it's Ford's money. It's not my money. I don't care. Like, I don't give a shit about this job. Like, how do you think, like, I'm going to get, man, because it's never the person that doesn't give a shit working customer service. It's always, I don't know why that person likes their retail job so much. It's just like, you're not moving up. They're not going to make you regional manager. You're not going to be the regional manager of Best Buys because you don't push through my Geek Squad. Because it's going to make me so angry that I'm going to make a scene, and I don't want to make a scene. Like, I don't like that. Like, I'm usually a pretty chill, low-key dude, but it's like, dude, they are going to, and I think it's going to be, like, immediate. Like, I don't even think they're going to try to, like, they're not going to even be like, oh, let me see what I can do. There's like, we don't do that. And then I'm going to read the Geek Squad thing, and they're going to be right. That's what's going to make me angrier, is they're going to be right. It's not going to cover the specific type of drop on the specific part of my lens, and then I'll just have to have a broken lens, and I'll just have to be angry, and then I'll have to not shop at Best Buy because for some reason that gives me some semblance of power over Best Buy that I'm not buying anything else there. But they don't care because they've already got thousands of dollars from me that I have invested in myself in these cameras. And I think the part that's so frustrating is it's not going to get covered, and I'm telling this story now, and like the viewership's not going to grow on this, and so it's going to be 10 people are going to hear this, and then they're going to just, and I'll probably just get 10 DMs, and then it'll all be like, did they cover it? And I'm going to be like, no, they didn't cover it. And then because they all have DM'd me, I won't have to talk about it on the next episode. I'm really mad. I'm really angry. I don't know. I don't know. I've never liked any type of customer service situation like that. I remember like going to like Kohl's or whatever, and Kohl's is their customer service returns is like in the back of the store, and so you have to walk all the way to the back, and then just every now and then you're just like, I think the greatest moment in customer service is when there's multiple people dealing with customer service, and there's just dudes looking at you being like, can you believe this shit they're pulling at the Home Depot? Like, can you believe what they're doing? And it's like, and it's impossible to not get riled up. It's impossible to like, just like, cause you just get this guy, you know that the other guy dealing with customer service is just like a white dude in his 50s and is trying to do some Christmas returns, and I'm not letting him do Christmas returns. And he's like, can you believe they're screwing us here at the Kohl's? And I'm like, yeah, they are screwing us at the Kohl's. The Kohl's are screwing us. There's nowhere where it says you can't use your Kohl's cash and the discount. You should be able to do both. I want to use my Kohl's cash. It's like, yeah, I want my return to not be in Kohl's cash. And then you just get like a big I am Spartacus moment, and it's just like, no, my lens is broken. No, my lens is broken. And I'm going to try to get that started at the Best Buy, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work, man. I don't know, dude. I just am not. I've been mad a lot this week. The lens thing is the tipping point. I got over the flu. I feel better about that. That's fine. And then the lens is the tipping point. But no one told me when I would move to the city that it was going to be impossible to find Mexican food that I like. I don't like any of the Mexican food in this area, man. I'm like living right outside D.C. It's some of and I can't even say it's bad Mexican food. I just hate it. I grew up in the middle of nowhere. And everybody knows who has ever grown up in the middle of nowhere. They all have one Mexican restaurant, and it doesn't matter where you go. Like I was in Farmville, Virginia, and we had two Mexican restaurants. One closed, one burnt to the ground. That I'm positive was the insurance scheme. I do believe that, but they all sidetrack is like, so the Mexican places where I grew up, they're all the same type of bad. They are bad Mexican food, but I love it, and you can't get anywhere. I want runny queso. I want the type of, and I want white queso. I don't want yellow queso. I don't want like what, queso con carne. I don't know. I don't want sausage in my queso. I just want white queso. I want melted pepper jack cheese mixed with Mexican cheese that is so runny that you can barely keep it on the chip, and it's scalding hot, and then the moment it just gets less than scalding hot, there's a layer of cheese at the top that you have to, like a pudding skin, and you have to stir it in and just basically re-ingratiate the cheese skin into the entirety of the queso. Like I want that type of queso. I want that type of Mexican food. And like up here, it's yellow queso with real cheese. And you've also got like the type of queso where it's like a baked one where it's like not even soggy. It's not even wet. It's just like, oh, it's kind of melty cheese, and you just dip it, and like, oh, we're using tortillas to get it out. We're not even using chips. And I'm like, what madness is this? Like, what is, like, where I grew up, there was the Mexican place called La Parota. That's the type of Mexican place I want, where it's just a noun. It's a noun. I don't even know what La Parota is. Guessing it's the parrot. That's what I've always assumed La Parota was the parrot. They haven't talked about it on my Duolingo yet, so I don't know. I want Mexican places like La Parota, El Patron, El Cerro Azul, the blue sky. That's great. That's all, dude. An El Rods, an El Rodeo. That's a great one, dude. Just give me just a random. I don't know, a Mexican place. There's a place there's a place in Richmond, Virginia, just called Mexico Restaurant. That's what I want. It's a chain. Mexico Restaurant is a chain, and it's just there's like 3 or 4 of them, and it's just perfect shitty Mexican food. I want shitty Mexican food. I want Mexican food made in a rural area. I want Mexican food made by the only Hispanic family in town. They're probably not even Mexican. Like, there might be Salvadorian, they might be Guatemalan, they might be Nicaraguan, they might be Mexican, I want the only Hispanic where they're like, how do we get white people who have never had Mexican food outside of Taco Bell to think we're the best Mexican food they've ever had? That's what I want. I want the type of place that will serve you drinks underage and overserve you for no reason whatsoever. Where like there's cops eating at the restaurant, they know that a child is being served alcohol, and they don't care because it's that child's birthday. That's what I want. I want a place where you walk in, and La Parota used to be this before it burnt to the ground, and I guarantee you I know it was an insurance scam. I've thought that's my big conspiracy theory, is it burnt down and then they put it in the Shoney's. They used to be in Shoney's, and the Shoney's went out of business, and now they have La Parota. It's like, so I've lost my train of thought, but I'm very hot and bothered about this. I want the type of Mexican food where I want to walk in and I want to look around, and I want there to be Polaroid photos of individuals celebrating their birthday wearing an obnoxious sombrero hat, eating fried ice cream. That's what I want. The place where you come and you come for after sporting events, and I want it to be like it's parents with their children, and the children are just eating quesadillas with you guys want queso, and then also just want the white sauce. I want that weird ranchy white sauce that you can only get in rural areas in Virginia where it's just a cold ranch. I don't even like it, but I'm mad when I don't have it. I don't like it. I'll have 4 chips, remember I don't like the flavor of it, and every Mexican place I've been to in Virginia near D.C., they don't have it. It's legitimately infuriating. I want good, shitty Mexican food, and you can't get it because there's too many authentic Hispanic restaurants. There's too many good restaurants up here. There's too many. When you do every town should have 3 restaurants. There should be an Italian joint, a Chinese place, and a Mexican place, and it doesn't matter what small town you're in. They're all exactly the same. They're not chains, but they should be. They're just all, I don't know, they get all their cheese off the same truck. But you can't get anywhere. I've looked. I've Googled, and I did so much research today to try to find one that was literally within 40 to 50-minute drive from here, and I can't find it. But I miss it. I miss a Mexican restaurant where you can order the items a la carte, or you can get the meal. But if you order them a la carte, they're different than the meal ones. Like, you get like a place where you get the a la carte quesadillas, and they're tiny, and they're made with shredded chicken with a bunch of peppers or whatever in it. And then when you buy the meal quesadilla, it's big, and it has grilled chicken, real chicken in it. I want a la carte chicken quesadillas, queso drenched all over top of it. I want to know that I'm going to get sick before I go in there, and I want to go in, and I want to get sick, and I want to get fried ice cream. I don't even like fried ice cream. I just want terrible fried ice cream. Yeah, it's been a week. And it's been, it's great when I find out I've been talking about this for 15 minutes, and I'm already feeling myself. Another thing that I've a big thing that they are fun to watch. If you follow college sports at all, they have this thing where a lot like in college football, they have these things called walk-ons, which are people that they can walk on the team. They don't have a scholarship. They're paying their way through college, right? And some of the greatest, most heartwarming videos of all time are the team has a big meeting, and the coach has everybody there, and he takes a walk on, and he's like, yeah, blah blah blah. We've had a great season. Everybody's working really hard, and we're really. I think Timmy Baker's had a great season, man. Timmy shows up every day. He's the first to get here. He's the last to leave, and Timmy gives us all. He bleeds. He bleeds the colors of this school. He bleeds orange and maroon. He bleeds it every day. And that's why we got Timmy Baker's scholarship. And people lose their minds. Like, and his team's going crazy. Look up walk-on player gets scholarship. Person 1 on Chrome here. He just look like a walk-on football player surprised with scholarship. So we're trying video stuff here. So this is the portion of the show where you should I don't know. If you're listening to it on audio, I'll explain it to you. Just go to see if we got something on YouTube. Yeah, celebrate scholarship surprises. Any of these work. Just so you can kind of see what we're doing here. Awesome, sick. I love an ad from Dominion Energy. But yeah, dude, so basically just it's a whole thing where it's like this kid is a walk on and then a scholarship gets freed up and then they freak out. Yeah. Oh, I might take the audio from one of these cameras instead of this and layer because it'll be picking this up. Yeah, sorry guys. This is they're just like, hey, someone gave you this for you. And it says, welcome to the team, Timmy Walker. Look at you, Timmy. Look at you go. We love you. We love you and everything you do with your body. Everything you do with your body for this team. Yes, sir. Junior J. McCrakey getting his scholarship. But yeah, pause that. These videos are awesome. They tug at your heartstrings. It's great. I think that we should also have videos of players losing their scholarships. I think that's what I think, man. I get so mad after a kicker misses a field goal where it's just like they should be like, "Oh, Timmy Johnson, you're paying for college, bitch. Sorry. Hope your NIL deal works out for you." Because guess what? You missed the field goal. We lost the big game. And look at us now. We didn't cover the spread, Timmy. We didn't cover. I just think those would be so fun, man. I love sports videos like that. But, dude, I just love the idea of, especially I think all college athletes should be getting paid. I think the NIL is great. I think that they should do this name, image, and likeness where it's basically they can get sponsored or whatever. I think they should flat out just be salaries. I do think that the kids should be getting paid. But I think if we get into that realm, that's when kids start losing jobs, man. It's just like, oh, I'm sorry. I hope you are ready to work your shift at Taco Bell or ready to go flip some burgers or oh, God, they could probably use you at the Forever 21 if you're going to try to work your way. Yeah, go on down to the Dead Mall, Timmy, and get a job. Go on down to the Dead College Town Mall and get a job at the Spencer's Gifts. Come on in there. Fold the T-shirts that say, I like your grandma when she's sexy. all those places T-shirts are unhinged, dude. Every Spencer's Gift is it's always just like, guys looking at your boobs and they were good. It's like, all right, Spencer's. Everyone loves a good boob squeeze, and it's like Spencer's Gifts. It's like, okay, thank you. Go to a Journeys. Start selling vans to children. You want to work your way through college now, because guess what? Guess what? What's the quarterback on the team? What's that? Oh, what's that, Michael? You went 4 for 37, and you gained a total of 15 yards. We lost against our crosstown rival. Game over, Michael. I don't know, man. I'm all about that. It's also funny because another series of videos that they have is coach getting fired and then like telling the kids they got fired. Like there's a great video of this was not kids, this is like adult, where it's like I think it was a few years ago when Jeff Fisher, who was the head coach I think of the Titans at the time. I might be wrong. I have to look up who Jeff Fisher was the head coach of when he got fired. Jeff Fisher fired video. Because it was like on some documentary saying, it was like a huge deal when this video came out. It was when he was a Rams. Sorry, he was a Rams coach, so it wasn't with the Titans. Or whatever. So basically, this video is like, they fire him, and it's him coming into what looks like a sad computer lab at an underfunded high school, where he looks like he's about to teach these underprivileged youths how to do algebra. But it's him telling all of his staff, all these people, because in college or pro or just sports in general, usually when the head coach goes at the end of the year, everybody's gone. So it's basically him telling them like, hey, you're going to be here through the end of the year, but we're getting rid of you. You're done or whatever. So it's this. But he's like, coaches are so about being a pro, and you can pause it. The coaches are so about being like a pro and like being like having a good head on your shoulders and having a good attitude that he's like, guys, I've been told I'm not going to be able to be the head coach of the Rams anymore. I'm really proud of this team. I'm proud of you guys. Don't tell the players. I'm going to do it myself. Like this whole thing. And then he'll go tell the players. He's like, guys, I just want to say I'm no longer coaching you, and your assistant coaches are going to step up, and you can see his players. And it's like, I just wish that he would have been honest and was like, hey guys, I lost my job because you suck. like it's so ridiculous. Like, I lost my job because you didn't run fast enough. I lost my job because I told you the plays would work. If you guys were like, there's never any of that. There's never any just like the coach being honest. There's just like a coach coming in being like, yeah, guys, I got shit canned because you got a limp noodle for an arm. That's what I got. Yeah, great deep ball the other day, underthrowing everybody. But no, don't worry, that's the coach's fault, right? That's the coach's fault that we drafted your ass in the second round. All right, you kidding me? But I don't know, man. I just want that. I want kids losing their scholarship videos. I want because I don't know. I just think the reverse of all the things that we see would be fun. Like I love those videos where it's like guy from the military comes home and his dog freaks out. Like that's fun. That's a fun video. But I want guy from the military comes home on the 4th of July and then fireworks goes off and then the dog and the vet freak out. That's what I want, dude. Dude, yeah, a vet when fireworks go off is like a dog, dude. Dude, if you see a vet and it's 4th of July, give him a big hug, put a little thunder vest on him. just hang up flyers around town. Have you seen my dad? Don't try to chase him. He'll run away. Don't try to chase him. Well, I respect our veterans. I do respect the vets. I think it's, I don't know, man. I just think of the reverse. It's like, yeah, that's obviously not actually nice, but it's a fun, I don't know, dude. If Jeff Fisher come in and been like, you all screwed me. You screwed me out of a job. Oh, dude, it's so funny, man, how the I don't know, just how like I love sports and just being so obsessed with it, and just you see all this stuff. I don't know. I'm also kind of not bummed, but it's like I got a bunch of. I'm excited to have a lot of comedy traveling coming up. I am excited about that. So this will be like we'll do a little mid episode pitch or whatever. So it's I've got a lot of traveling coming up. I'm going to tell you some of my dates that I've got. One, make sure you like and subscribe and follow this podcast. I'm on Apple Podcasts now, Spotify. If you have fun and you enjoy this, share it. I'm doing my best to keep it as PG-13 as possible. So that you can share it with whatever, try to get my personality across. I hope you guys are enjoying it. But if you want to see me live, you can. It's amazing. You can catch me January 12th and 13th in Asheville, North Carolina. January 19th and 20th, I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You can catch me January 25th at Aurora Market in D.C., closing out a show, I believe. January 27th, you can catch me in Baltimore for Don't Tell Comedy. That would be a blast to have you come out to that. February 2nd and 3rd, I'm in Kansas City, Missouri at the Funny Bone opening up. You can catch me February 8th, 9th, and 10th. I'm in Portland, Oregon at the Helium in Portland opening up for my good friend Jamie Lee. She's absolutely amazing. And then February 16th, I am headlining at Hotbed Comedy Club. And February 17th, I'm in Harrisonburg, Virginia, taping a clean comedy thing for some submission stuff. So come out to any of those. Check out the dates. All those ticket links are in my bio on my Instagram and stuff like that. But make sure you like, share, whatever. But I've got all this travel, which means I've been buying a lot of plane tickets. And every time I fly, I forget that I am scared of flying. I forget every time. And it's not, and here's how I just have, like, still a lot of religion in my brain. You know, being raised religious and believing what I believed, and it's still just got, like, I've got religious rationale in my brain. Like, I got where I am scared shitless during takeoff. I am terrified during takeoff. And I'm scared during the landing and everything leading up to that. Because when I'm in before takeoff, I'm like, at any moment, I could just say I have a bomb and get off of this thing. Like, at any moment, I could say I have a gun. I'm going to kill everyone on this. I'm going to kill everyone on this Southwest flight. I'm going to murder every baby in here. Like, whatever I need to say, and they'll take me off. And I've saved myself, right? Like, because I'm afraid that the plane's going to crash. But the moment I'm in the air, the fear's gone. I have no fear once we're in the air. It's all because once we're in the air, it's in God's hands. That's who I am. That's the type of person I am, dude. I am so Jesus take the, but it's all like Jesus take the wheel when the cars started, like where the planes were going, but everything leading up beforehand, I'm literally shaking, being like, I could just get off. I could literally stand up and just start screaming and start. I honestly don't think I need to start screaming. I could just, like, stand up and just start praying real hard, and that would freak some people, like, just really, like, loudly, like. And I'm also someone that's just like, I have to fight against clapping when the plane lands. Like, I've got that built deep into me, being like, hey, whenever the pilot's like, yeah, we want to thank you for flying, we had a little turbulence, but we made it, I'd be like, thank you, you did it, thank you so much for guiding us. I'm doing, like, old school prayers where, like, literally before takeoff, I'm praying, dude, Yusuf, I'm literally like, dude, it's just thinking about this and just being like, and just this was before takeoff, and they're like, all right, we're getting ready to take off, and I'm like, dear Lord, please, if it's your will, guide the hands of the pilot. Please guide him and bless our pilots today and all the work. And hopefully, if it pleases you, Lord, and for your glory and honor, if you could please make sure that this plane lands in Kansas City, Missouri, because I do not want to die over top of the Midwest. I don't want to die. I don't want to die flying over Iowa. I don't. I want to die in my bed after eating way too much food. That's how I want to go. I don't want to die in a plane. I want to die with I want the doctors to show up in my dead corpse, and I want to be 96 years old, and I want to have just lived a great life, and I want them to show up, and they're going to be like, oh my God, we don't know how, but he's replaced his blood with queso. We don't know how he did it, but he's had so much queso in his life. He's had so much white sauce that he has turned into it. His body is now a temple to bad Mexican food. I just want, but it's like, that's the type of prayers I'm doing. I'm praying when we're landing, but yeah, it's always like just old school, the way my mama prays, just being like, dear Lord, please, Just God, it is in your will. We know that you have provided us with pilots that are good and strong. I don't know, man. Flying really freaks me out, dude. It's because we shouldn't be doing it. Like I don't, and and I know it's a hack thing that people talk about, but it's like I don't know how. I don't get the science. It's so heavy. Planes are so heavy, and it's like I get it. Jets are powerful, but it's like they just riding. I don't even know. I don't know how planes work. That's embarrassing. I understand a helicopter. I do. Like a helicopter makes so much more sense to me because I'm like, yeah, this thing's doing this and it's pushing the air down, and that's make the air that's pushing down, and then a plane, I'm just like, we're pissing in God's eye. We're spitting in the Lord's face. We're just like I have to fight against old sayings in my head. And it's like and I once the flight's happening, I really am not scared about it at all. But it's all the anxiety leading up to it. I'm the same way with roller coasters. It's all like up until, and then when it started, it's a blast, and I'm so glad that I'm flying and stuff like that. But like in my mind, I'm like, every time I'm buying a plane ticket, I'm thinking like, if God wanted me to fly, he'd have given me wings. You know what I mean? Like it's like he'd have put wings on my ass if he wanted me to fly. There's also all these videos of like the internet doesn't really make flying look fun. Every video of a plane now is like someone being racist as shit for no reason whatsoever, dude. It's insane that there's so many people who will just be like, they're on a plane, they're not getting to do what they want to do, and they're just like, I think it would be a good time to say the N-word. I think that that's how I'm going to get my way. Like, there's a video of a dude with like a Burger King crown on, and he's just saying the N-word a bunch, and they're just trying to get him off the plane, and I'm just like, what is going on? And dude, and here's the thing. You see those videos, and then you see an unreal series of videos, which are, you see people who find out their flight's delayed losing their ever-loving minds, okay? You see people that are like screaming and cussing and being racist and yelling and threatening people in an airport, all because their flight is now tomorrow. That's unreal. That is unreal. It's like, I get it. We all have places to go. We want to get places. I would also be upset. But to be like, I'm going to kill everybody in O'Hare, everyone in LaGuardia, I'm pulling a gun out. I'm killing everybody because now I'm not getting into Des Moines until 1 a.m? Are you kidding me? It's just, there's a lot of videos, man. They don't make the internet look good. Oh, yeah, here's an idea that I had where I thought that it was interesting. Because there's another thing I'm going to do on this show is talk, not all jokes work. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest, right? I've got a lot of ideas, and they don't always work. And I don't know how to turn them into jokes. And I'm hoping they get turned into this or whatever. The idea that I had, and I don't have anything funny with it, but you remember like school safety drills? Did you guys have those? Did you guys have like tornado drills? Fire drills, tornado. With tornado drills and active shooter drills, and which we did not, dude. I never had an active shooter drill as a kid. Did y'all have some? Never, dude. I never had a single one of those. Never had any of those. But we had them when I was teaching. Like we would do them. But it's like we would do but with active shooter drills and like flood drills, and we had like all the natural disaster ones or whatever, earthquake ones, tornadoes, whatever. Really, in those situations at the schools, the interesting thing to me is that even in all those situations, the desks are doing a lot of the heavy lifting and saving the lives of the children. Literally dude, it's an active shooter drill. It's like, lock the door, flip the desk over, get behind it. I'm like, that's wood. That's not. It's like it's a tornado drill. Get away from the windows and under the desk. And I don't know. I never understood that how much work the desks are doing. I also never understood that the fire drill is like every fire drill that was happening, even as a child, I was like, this is not how this shit's gonna go down at all. Getting in a single file line and waiting to make sure we've got everyone and slowly walking out of the building. If I was remember being in 4th grade. I remember being like a literal child and being like, while the fire drill is happening, me and the other 4th graders looking at each other being like, what the hell are we? If it's a fire, I'm running. I'm running out the door. I'm screaming. I'm running into traffic and waving people down and being like, help, that's a fire. Like, I don't know. I just, see, that's a section where it's like, that's an idea I had, and there's no punchline to it. So, the religious stuff that pops in my head that I think about all the time is like, have you heard of, there's what's it called? There's a subsection of Christianity where there's like these really religious people that don't believe in dinosaurs or whatever. They don't believe it. And when asked what are you like, what do you, like, when I asked the question, what are we even doing? They're obviously dinosaurs were real. Like, I think you can believe in Christ or whatever and understand that, like, whatever, you know what I mean? Time's not linear. Like, Jesus operates in the multiverse. You know what I mean? Like, there's no, like, you can't, like, I don't know, God, if he wanted there to be dinosaur, like, God created the earth in 7 days. It's like, all right, one day is going to last 9 bajillion years and we're going to get rid of all the dinosaurs. It's like, okay, that's great. Like, I think you can rationalize that and still, like, you know, compartmentalize and unify your belief system to believe what you need to believe. But, like, I do. It's what I have to do. I'm doing mental gymnastics to be like, okay, yeah, dinosaurs are real. That doesn't mean whatever. I don't believe what I believe. But, like, the thing that pops in my head is it's like they're like, there's a subsection that their rebuttal to what about fossils is they're like, oh, yeah, the devil put those there. And here's the deal. That's crazy. But I have to fight a little bit of my religious brain that's just like, that's some shit the devil would do, though. I'm just saying. I do think that is some shit. If we're looking at it, the devil's like, I'll throw some dinosaur. But, like, I don't think that's actually what happened. I think dinosaurs were real and they happened. But if I get to heaven and God was like, yeah, the devil did that shit. You know what I mean? The devil did that. I've been like, really? You're right. Oh, Jesus, that is some devil stuff. That is some stuff that the devil do be doing that stuff sometimes. I don't know, man. That's just the crazy religious shit hopping into my head. Oh, man. I think we only got like a handful of minutes left. And there's other stuff I don't want to, like, I'll probably talk about this next week because I want to talk about hoarding. Because I think I think getting fast tracked to hoarding. Hoarding starts as collecting. I think we can agree that hoarding does start as collecting. And you collect cool, nice things. And then as your collection grows, you expand the collection to being like, because I think, all right, so we'll talk about hoarding versus collecting. So it's like, hoarding is horrible. It is the horrendous way to live your life. It is so sad. Hoarders is the saddest show. They got ladies eating doo-doo water and stuff that they collect, whereas it's like, there's one lady on there who's just drinking shit water because she poops in the same bottle she drinks out of. And she's just like, I collect my poop. And they're just like, okay, we should put her down. Like, that's not that person shouldn't be allowed to exist. That's crazy. All right. That's like the devil putting bones in the ground level of crazy. But I think all hoarding starts as collecting, right? Like, so it starts with like, when you first start collecting, you collect like pristine, like the nicest, Like, oh, I've got this mint. I got this mint in box Superman. It's amazing. Oh, I got the original first issue of so-and-so, and it's great. And then you're like, oh, I'm really into this. I don't want to just collect the pristine stuff. It's like, I'll get a copy of a video game that doesn't have the original box. I don't need the box. I'll get this, or I collect action figures now, so this isn't in box. I'll get all of them, and it slowly starts to creep out, and you're just like, just one day, as you've worked your way into all these things you like, and you've talked yourself into keeping things, you just get to a point to where you're just like, I'm gonna keep my shit in a jar. I think that I think that my poop is a collectible of my body. And technically the food I ate was a collectible, and we've collected it and we've compounded it, and it's like, I think it should be in a jar, and I think I should eat it. I think that's what I should do, and that's how hoarding happens. It starts where you have nice things, and then you just finally get to a place where you're like, yeah, I think a bottle of piss would really tie the room together. We'll put a bottle of piss on the credenza, and it'll just be, oh well, yeah, I have a bucket of shit in the study, a bunch of rat corpses that I've collected because I can't get rid of those. I think the rats have seen my collection, so they're part of the collection now. So I'm a collector, fast tracking the hoarder, because I am at a point now where I'm making myself get rid of stuff. Like, I have to do it. Because it's like, I'll get shit that I don't even need, just because it's just like, oh, this will be great. Oh, this would be awesome. I would love a children's Pokemon blanket. I think that's great. Oh, is it big enough to cover my entire body? No, that's okay. I'll just dangle it over my feet while I have a regular sized blanket on top of me. But yeah, I'll talk more about hoarding next week, I think. But I feel good about this. This felt like a good one. I feel like I'm figuring it out. And yeah, this is the format of the show. We're going to do it, and I'm going to do it literally every single week. And yeah, oh man, I forgot to cue up the music at the end, but I'll add it at the end, cuz I don't know what you guys know about podcasting, but we got this little thing called post. And that's what I'm going to put it in. I'm going to put it in, but like right now, I'm not going to play it yet because I've got to plug my dates again. But you can catch me January 12th and 13th in Asheville, North Carolina, with Matilda Epstein opening up for me. You can catch me January 19th and 20th in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with Sandy Benton opening for me. It's going to be very fun. I believe January 20. What's the date? January 25th, I'm in D.C. at the Aurora Market. January 27th, I'm at Don't Tell Baltimore. And then February 2nd and 3rd, I'm in Kansas City. February 7th, at the Alamo Draft House, running my show at the Alamo Draft House in Crystal City in Arlington. And then the next morning, I'm flying out to Portland, Oregon for February 8th, 9th, and 10th with Jamie Lee. February 16th, I'm at Hotbed Comedy Club in D.C. headlining 2 shows. And then February 17th, my butt is in Harrisonburg, Virginia, filming a clean show. And then I've got other stuff, but those are the dates that are important, and it's what's coming up. Please listen to the show. Tell your friends. I would love it. Share clips. Shadow banned. Help me, dear God. And then this is where putting it in post. That's right. The song's playing now. It's definitely playing. This is the good part of the song. Bobbing my head to the great theme song that a much more talented brother made, because he's a musician. We love you. Good night. And have a wonderful, wonderful time. Yeah, thanks for checking it out. We love it. Dog Name Podcast. Follow me, Winston H. Comedy. Bye.